Hello! Today we'll be talking about War and Peace. No, I'm just kidding. This is a book called The 4-Hour Chef, which is a cookbook, but if you read the subtitle, you kind of get some of the secret sauce here. The simple path to cooking like a pro, learning anything and living the good life, which is a hell of a pitch for a cookbook. So the situation is that Tim Ferriss, the author, I was first exposed to him when I read his book, The 4-Hour Workweek, which has a terrible title. It's like How to Win Friends and Influence People. Terrible title, great book. Tim is really good at writing about things that are hard to learn in general, and he usually learns them much faster than other people learn them, and then writes a book about it. So that's his style. He's done this with the 4-Hour Workweek. He's done this with the 4-Hour Body, which is about health and fitness, and this one is his third, The 4-Hour Chef. He just came out with a fourth book called The Tools of Titans, which is fantastic. That's just like cliff notes on his podcasts. He does interviews now instead of writing books like this. But this came out in 2012, and since 2012 I have wanted it, and I just haven't had a kitchen. And so I have a kitchen now, and so I got myself a copy. It was originally made specifically for the hardback edition. It's just really well laid out as a hardback book, so you can kind of get the e-reader version, but it really doesn't have the full effect. The hardback book is beautiful and really well made and really easy to flip through and very well thought out. And essentially it breaks down his strategy for learning anything really fast in the first third of the book, and it walks you through how to apply this to different things in your life. And then he has you practice this strategy with cooking. And so you learn how to learn, and then you learn how to cook. And he teaches you how to cook in such a research evidence-based way. It's really, really fun to read through and to cook through, because he avoids all the things that stop people from going through cookbooks, like tons of cleanup, having too many groceries, cooking for too many people, having to cook the same chicken dish 7 different ways. You know, the typical things you would fall into with normal cookbooks. He avoids those things by mixing up the topics, by only having you buy a certain amount of the tools and groceries that you need for each dish, right? So it teaches you first with a dish that really you only need a pot, a pan, some butter, and then one run to the grocery store to make. And then he adds on some other things that you might need, like a peeler or a slicer or knives, in the next recipe. And so you can really just work through this as you're ready to buy more kitchen utensils. You can work your way through the book, and you're learning to cook along the way. And then you apply skills from previous recipes to future recipes, and nothing is too hard to learn, and everything's in the perfect order, and it's really, really easy and fun. So I, as you can imagine, have had a busy year traveling a lot and making 1,000 videos, but I have still gotten through 5 or 6 recipes, which means I've taken 5 or 6 nights out of the maybe 60 that I've been home since the summer, and actually went to the grocery store and actually looked through the recipe and actually cooked it for someone. And that is a really good ratio for me. I'm really proud of that, actually. And I imagine that will pick up a little bit when I am home for longer periods of time, but it's a lot of fun to cook through, and I'm excited about it. So I figured I'd tell you about it. If you want to get a copy, get the hard book, hardcover edition. It's fantastic, and maybe get 2, because you'll want to give one to someone immediately once you start cooking your way through it. It's amazing. I gave copies to my parents, and I gave copies to my friends Ketch and Camille, who also have a kitchen. Yeah, so that's the lowdown. I hope you enjoyed this quick review of that book. Book reviews and videos. I like this. This was much easier than writing a post about it. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.